just the way that Lynn was acting. Lynn was the one that actually took us out to get these clothes. But yes, there was an investigation and nothing came out of it. But it was more than just like a welfare check or something like that. They came and did a full investigation. They did find blood in the room that we were being stored in. And I was, as a result of that investigation, turned into CPS again. So.
And that was your second time to CPS?
Oh, it was at least the third time. I had been referred to CPS. That would have been in Alabama. I had already been referred to CPS in Tennessee during the year that we lived there, and I had been referred into the CPS system in Texas. So Texas, Tennessee, and Alabama, I was referred into the CPS system. And then in Florida, the beach incident at the Riptide area, that generated another investigation. The sheriff came down, did witness statements and all of that from the guy that fished me out off the sandbar and brought me in. They did interviews, and then we left from the beach, went home, and the sheriff in Alabama came and talked to my dad. So it was a across both of those states. So there was at least a precursory investigation, even if all that was a welfare check. But it went through the sheriff's office, the police station there in New Brockton, Alabama.
Let me ask you a question. When the investigation, when they found blood in the room where you and Samantha were held, did they experience awareness Samantha had died, or had Samantha's body been moved already, so they were investigating?
They were investigating. Samantha's body had already been moved, and the only thing that they had was the one eyewitness account, and what they told the police was that she was a runaway that they took in for a period of time, and then she ran back away.
So they never even saw Samantha's body?
No. As far as I know, it's never been recovered.
So Samantha's body was never recovered. Gotcha.
As far as I know, it has not been. But that blood in that room was from her, because that was the thing. It did not match any of us, and it was hers.
Okay. Now, let's see. So Samantha's body wasn't recovered. There was a full investigation, and you said you told the FBI what you remembered, or you told the police that?
I told the police many years later.
Many years later. Okay. But not right then. Recall, many years later.
Yes. Okay. I don't think I was even allowed to speak to the
That's what I recall.
officers.
Okay, no, that's okay. That's what I remember you said. So
yes.
Years later, so let's just jump forward a bit in terms of you told the police when you filed your police or FBI reports? Years later. So what years did you file those reports?
Would have been around 2021. 2020, maybe.
2020, 2021.
Yes.
Okay. So, and then you told the police.
Yes. I said, and you know, I really tried to stick with the things that could be verified, like going back and looking at the investigations and stuff like that. I remember more stuff that you can't get anything to really corroborate. So, you know, I just tried to focus on, okay, well, I know this generated a police report. I remember this generated a police report. So I just stuck to those things, which was kind of the same thing that I did with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I don't actually have those police reports, but they should exist.
Yeah, and those again are ones that you can request copies of those police reports or FBI reports. And that's one of the questions the constable asked me, and I think it's helpful just in terms of perceptually. The constable said, well, why don't you have copies of the police reports? And I said, well, I would ask you that. That's, you know, early in our discussions. Let me ask you a question. When you got the police reports and so on, that was 2020, 21. I mean, I know that when I filed complaints, you don't usually get a copy right away. You have to request the report, right? So when you file those reports, what's the standard in the United States? Do they offer you copies? Is it just assumed that you would have to request a copy of those reports?
I can go. I mean, Lawton is just 30 something miles away. I can go and request, the disposition of that case. I'm sure it's been closed, but I can go request it.
Yeah. Okay.
I can do that one. I don't think that would raise any red flags. Let me see. Let me go tomorrow and see if I can get a copy of that one. That one might be the easiest, the most attainable one for me to get right now. I don't have to cross any state lines or anything to go get that.
So the Lawton one is from 2020, 2021-ish.
Yes, I could be wrong on that. I'm in my mind. I'm thinking I still had my Jeep, so that would have been around that time because I was trying to remember what vehicle I drove.
And that was the first time as an
station.
adult that you'd filed a police report, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you file an FBI report during the same year, or?
I reached out to the FBI and spoke to them on first through social media, and then we did a follow-on back and forth. But that was it. I never went to like the FBI building and sat down and gave a deposition or anything like that. His response was just to go to the local police, and that should trigger a larger scale investigation. So that's what I did. To the best of my recollection, I reached out to the FBI in the beginning because I knew that the FBI had been involved in the one in Alabama, in that investigation in Alabama with in regards to Samantha, and also they were involved in the investigation that landed the parents of the girl that I did the one movie with in Tennessee in jail. I know that the FBI was involved in that one as well. So I figured they were, as the larger scale operation, they would be the ones to go to. But they then referred me back down to the local police.
Sort of what